we find that in many relationships, people in relationships, some they don't even know and some may know. We find that in every relationship, there are links that are missing. But people are not aware.
Sure.
They don't know. Sometimes they just get into relationship just for maybe for sex.
Definitely.
Maybe they just want someone to
beauty attraction.
Yeah, beauty attraction. You know, others they get into a relationship, maybe they want someone to wash for them.
Definitely.
If you want someone to wash for you, just get a maid.
Oh yeah.
You don't marry because you want someone to wash for you.
Oh yeah.
That's the wrong reason.
Oh yeah.
Again,
so you just actually remind me of something, huh? So somebody was saying, you see, if you find schoolgirls so attractive, please buy your wife a uniform. Okay, it's like so you're comparing how the girls are looking out there and then to your wife home. And so I think you're just alluding to one of the reasons as to why some people would settle for marriage.
Very true.
Yeah.
So if your intention for marriage is just attraction, you know, but they say beauty fades, eh?
Definitely.
What happens if it fades? You understand what I'm talking about? So it needs to be deeper than that.
Oh yeah.
So the person who's talking to you right now, this is Godwin, the author of Discover Your Missing Link.
Okay.
Yes. And introduce yourself.
Yeah, definitely. So on the microphone, my name's a Promise. Yeah, I think a number of you have known me for music, but today, this evening, we are right here on Pan African with Mr. Nyilongo, the author of Discover Your Missing Link. And we should make mention and we should pass an announcement out there that we're going to be coming live every Thursday at 18 hours right here on Pan African Radio 96.1 FM. And of course, on Friday, every Fridays, we're going to be coming live to you right here on Pan African 96.1 FM, and that is going to be at 8 hours every Friday and Thursdays every 18 hours. Yeah, so coming back to you, Mr. Nyilongo, I know there are a lot of expectations out there. Today's topic is so interesting, and I think when we shared the flyer, a lot of people, I saw a lot of positive response. People are saying, yeah, we've talked so much about anointing, we've talked so much about giving. I think it's high time that we should begin to address reality issues. And reality issues, you know, people are dying inside.
The most avoided topic.
Definitely. And simply because I don't know if we're going to say the civilized people is trying to run away from this. So now, enlargement. Definitely. So I think these are things that we are going to...
At 1 hour is early.
7 hours. Things like that, you get.
Trying to find solutions.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of... Definitely. A lot of people... But pasana ama concoctions to boost their sexual appetite, sexual satisfactions. Yo, we actually nali mfako na fimwena ati kwa bana ba mukubyala otumuti. Bamwe batuka ebyala kamuti akanga wabyala as it grows so is your manhood. And then wasasanga tu waluba ipo wabyala.
You know, all these they're happening because people haven't yet discovered the missing link.
The missing link.
You know what I'm saying? So we are trying all sorts of things just to have that which they want.
Oh yeah.
But that's why this book has come to them.
Oh,
that's why this program has come to them. So that they can be able to understand and discover that missing link. Because once you discover the missing link, your life will never be the same again.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Definitely.
So this book has got 5 chapters.
Okay.
So these 5 chapters, they are designed to heal and grow relationships.
Okay.
You know, people are passing through a lot. Some are passing through these issues silently. Some of them, you know, social media has embarrassed them. You know, everything. You know, they have exposed their privacy and stuff like that. But Discover the Missing Link comes in to bridge that gap, to help grow and heal relationships. We want these 40,000 pending marriages to reduce, to come to 0.
Beautiful.
If possible. But how? We need to make sure that we calculate these 5 missing links into our people. Yeah.
Okay, so talking about the topic on the table this evening, does the size of manhood guarantee a happy marriage? I think I'm gonna raise that one I want to get your thoughts on that one. Do you think the size of the manhood guarantee a happy marriage?
Yeah, you know, before you can even answer that question, that is very interesting. The size.
The size.
So the goodness of the goodness
I was actually doing research,
Uh-huh.
and I discovered to say the micropenis, the smallest size of a micropenis is about 2.5 inches.
Yeah,
Now,
right.
if such a measurement has been discovered and has been found, it means there are people living with that size of a penis. Now, some of them are married. So I'm trying to think and trying to relate. Does the size of a penis affect marriages, or does it guarantee how happy some couples are?
Meaning, you know, too much of everything is bad.
Sure.
Sometimes you can have a very big manhood, but still you won't be happy. Aye. But again, a very extremely small one, again, might be a problem because maybe might not be able to do what it's supposed to do. But now, when we talk about small and big, we mean those which are able to penetrate and fit, so that we can be able now to perform and work. Those are the ones we're talking about. Others, they look at those, they say, no, these are small, but they're able to work. That's what I'm talking about. Eh?
Yeah.
Those are the ones we're talking about. Not those ones which need medical intervention. Even those, they can be able to sort them out with some medication and stuff like that. But what we're talking about are those which, you know, people they vary in terms of the way they measure. Others, they feel like when you have got that at one then your marriage is what?
It's up.
That's the misconception that we have. We need to get this grip right. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
A woman, the way she's made, the way a woman is, no matter how big your, for example, your manhood is, no matter how big it is, if for example, you marry your wife, and then you have got that one at a zero thing, then 1 week of those intercourse, that one at a zero will be used, isn't it?
Definitely.
To be the size.
Definitely.
Now, what happens if she doesn't size?
There will be there will be a familiarization visit.
It will be known that this is the what? The size. Now, what happens?
This is a track that always you.
Yes.
That is what passes this way.
Yeah. So if the size was a determinant of a successful marriage, then at that point that marriage will become what? Stop. Because it is used. It's like fitting the shape of the container. Do you get what I'm talking about?
I do.
So size in this matter, people have really overemphasized. That's why, you know, we're making a lot of men indulge in this medicine or stuff just to make them
penis enlargement,
because they hear that when it is big as it is, wa uzasebenza baza kuyo kafunda kuyo mpaka kero. You get what I'm talking about? Yes.
If there are no screams, then you're not a man.
Yes. But what we need to understand, sex has got rules.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
Sex has got rules.
And that's what people
For those of you out there that are listening, there are rules, buddy.
You know what I'm talking about? There are rules in everything.
Okay.
You don't just engage. That's why definitely. Not if you treat nowadays. You know, Western culture sometimes has brought a lot of harm to us. Because we are just getting whatever we see in the internet to start practicing.
Definitely.
In the old, our parents or our elderly people in the community, they were able to pass us through. Understand? Mwancho wanefo babomba hivi. Ngolina bakashibambira hapa. Wambira hapa wayapana mbatu. They kuisa ba no ninkaba.
Oh yeah. You prepare your partner.
Prepare your partner.
Definitely.
You know, these game rules are important.
Nobody for black man.
Yeah.
You see, the truth is work. You know, I've seen people where even if they're starting to get a meal, they would rather face the ascend of a grass that come in sheep. I know directly in a festive. The road develop a smooth. Okay, but then I think from what you're saying, if one would just jump in, you know, if in some cases, some of these things that we call say but no, last night I had good sex. It wasn't sex, it was a rape.
Definitely,
because
if sex is not being enjoyed responsibly by the two of you, then that's not sex.
Oh yeah,
Yes. And that's the rule number one.
Rule number one: if sex is not
game rule,
definitely
sex should be
enjoyed by both.
Correspondingly.
Definitely.
Do you get what I'm talking about? Yeah?
I do.
That's the first rule. You need to understand that you and your partner needs to be ready for sex.
For sex.
In an event that you find that your partner is not ready, what do you do? You prepare them. Well,
Definitely.
you prepare them. But if they're not in the right state to have sex with you, respect. Because sex is not by force.
Oh yeah.
It's not by force. No, 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 you pana di prendama. You feel it wa uma. Eh, echo na kuni chapa mama kumba.
Ngalifyo na la mfwa kama ule.
Never
sana. Na washuko mbele watu mina
Never to me na food.
Detula ime.
Threatening your friend like that. Do you understand?
I do.
That's psychological virtue. Torture.
Oh yeah.
But you need to understand that sex is supposed to be enjoyed by both partners correspondingly. Meaning that we need to respect this rule number one. This sex game rule number one. Meaning that every time we engage in sexual activities, make sure that even your partner is what? Is ready.
Definitely.
But how do you help the situation? Or how do you help a person to be ready? This is where now
This is why now the
foreplay
game
comes in.
Foreplay.
No, do you know that you can rape your spouse?
Very possible.
You know that?
Very possible.
But you end up raping her. No, you can rape.
I never used the room.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the way sex is made is supposed to be lubrication.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now how does lubrication come?
Comes in.
Yes? It not happens when those things, those things might happen. You need to prepare your partner so that the body can be ready. There should be that lubrication. That's where foreplay comes in. Foreplay is to prepare your partner.
Oh yeah.
Kissing ako, pamukoshi, mwabeka dakupaka moda, wangalako, sometimes, me what I do, and I know that I do get it. Therefore, I just want to bomb. Uruchero,
You are creating an atmosphere.
message. I miss your boobs. Why should they? There it's triggering. That's why I say, okay.
Definitely. Psychologically,
My husband is communicating something. You get what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Psychologically, your wife or your husband is getting what? Raped. Not because of, no, this one, she sexually styles me. She's not sexually active. But how does it happen? Is she a machine or is he a machine?
Oh, yeah.
They need to be what? Preparation. Foreplay. We want to call it foreplay. Very important.
Very important.
Very important.
Now what's that?
First,
Oh yeah.
wanepinga fe mwana wabe
Waben.
mwabe no mukashwanda ishiba onongana umalalira kashite kutekombo gwino kiraba
Alalira.
kiraba baba
Na landlord bali shiwa. Na landlord bali shiwa. I find the formula. We don't mess up.
You don't mess up. Ale shiba bigara afika ngala ingira alamba no kusikemba kashite ko
How feel kalipa. It's one of the greatest signal that you know better enjoy. There is no equality in correspondence. Ule mchena.
Yes.
No kumipa kutu amipare. It's very possible.
Very true. What I'm saying is very true.
Okay.
So these rules need to be what? To be observed.
To be observed.
Rule number 2. You are both on the same side. So now this rule number 2 comes in when you have prepared your spouse,
of course.
Partner, then the act what? The act is what? It just started. But you need to understand that you are both on the same side. What does it mean? When you and your partner are on the same side? You need to understand that this sex is not a one man's show. Right? It's not just what for one person. No. No. You are both on the same side, which means the intentions are the same. All of you need to
Wapema wambono kumutumatika ndetele kwa mesha kunwa. Go and bring me water.
Is that fair?
Not really.
It's not even close to fairness. We need to make sure that we protect our marriages.
For sure.
The Bible says that God said, I came so that you might enjoy life and enjoy it to what? To the fullest. So which means if it comes in the area of sex, enjoy it to what? To the fullest. Now, you find that there was a story of a woman who stayed in a marriage for 10 years, 3 children, and this woman has never reached orgasm.
Serious?
That is very common.
Has never reached orgasm. She doesn't even know how it feels.
What it feels like.
To reach the climax.
The climax.
Back
to the face.
Because kamba sex ifile akuma kubongo. Ila tunaweza kamba partial insanity.
Definitely.
Leo lesa ni master designer lesa bakala. Asabika kona what? Na sex bakala. Olo wasa ipanga what ni bola. Abanye lesa muka ni bakala. Lesa muka. Master designer. Ali wachira waso Microsoft. Like master designer bakala.
Oh yeah.
Imagine.
And it's high time things of this nature are addressed.
Definitely.
Because when you check around, we have posters just talk about enlargement, posters are talking about tightening. Now here's the situation. You get into a relationship, she has been with someone who has a big manhood. Then you come, you are just created by God, normal. You dive in, you discover that it's not working. From there, both of you have individual questions. How do I impress this partner of mine? This one, her mind tells her to say, since that one was big, let me go for tightening. And this one says, since this one she's big, I can't fit, let me go for enlargement. You go separate ways, you come back, it's confusion.
The space was small enough. Now it has been
something else. And yes, so I don't know. It's good that you're actually talking about this.
Yeah, actually, we want to make sure that these links are discovered so that we can be able to grow and heal relationships. People are bleeding.
People are bleeding.
Yeah, no one is able to speak about these things because we are hiding them.
Oh yeah, people are actually, there's currently what is happening is this. When you go in the area, issues to do with marriage, as men, if you sit down with Washiwo, we are lucky enough, we are taught things on point. But the problem is our female folk. Our female folk, they are never taught. They can be taught just about dancing, but when it comes to the general care of how marriage should be looked after, there are very few who are lucky enough to be given that lesson.
Very true. Very true. Because marriage is not just about sex.
Exactly.
It's a whole thing.
It's the whole
So
thing.
we have just confused ourselves by just focusing on what? On sex.
And then the latest one chimbos, they're just teaching the girls Ushana fever bed. Yeah. So someone went like, when you are taught to get into that matrimony on your home, ask questions. They say when you're under that environment, they say it's a safe space for you and the person teaching you. Ask questions.
Proper questions.
So that the day tomorrow or the day after, they are going to laugh at you. But when they ask you who taught you, you'll be free to say, hey, you don't know what I need visa.
You actually have to you get to have a reference. You say like, okay, whatever I'm applying here,
Kuja.
yeah, I am an unshy become
So
yeah.
I think after the kind of this, the perfect by Ed.
The rules with regards to sex.
Yeah.
If marriage is to be enjoyed, we are for those of you that are just joining us now, we are looking at, does the size of the manhood guarantee a happy marriage? I think in the background there was a discussion that was going on, interesting.
Talk about it.
Umurumendo na kwata machine kano. It's got a small manhood, and a lady, due to experience yo twaliangala sana, so vale kumanya fewa kutete bali kwate mipinisha sana. And so when they are coming into marriage, of course it is oversized, and then the gentleman is got a small size. So now there is two different impressions, like the gentleman was saying. This guy who's got a small manhood is thinking of how he's gonna satisfy this lady who's got a wider base. So the first thing I can do is to go for enlargement. And then the lady is also thinking, since the man is got money, I do not want to run away from him. So the best is, how am I going to keep this marriage? Because he's been complaining that I'm a dumbuira. So the best I can do is nche mukuma ko tightening. Bambi bali
Medicine.
Definitely.
Medicine.
Others have been told to sit so that this thing comes back to normal.
Actually, especially those, they are good. Those are natural ways. Those are okay.
So you get, this one is from getting remedies on how it's going to tighten, and then this other one is from getting remedies on how it's going to do what? To enlarge it. And then Vaisa, Uyuna is sana power, you only take 7 hours, Jan. So it's the opposite thing, and the crash keeps on. But yes, we are talking about how best can we make these sexual activities in our marriages work and enjoyable.
How
I think
discover
the missing link actually.
Yes.
So here,
even in sex, there is a missing link.
Definitely.
Discover. You understand what I'm talking about?
So immediately you begin to, what you mean is immediately one begins to miss a point of preparing the partner. That on its own is a missing link.
You need to understand this. In sexual activities, what links are missing? What? You know what I'm talking about?
Definitely.
Others, they didn't know that you're supposed to prepare very well. Others, all they knew that as long as you've got a big one, you are done. But I find our women folk, the way they are taught is to respect their husband in high esteem. So sometimes you find that they fail to communicate or to tell the man that the way you are doing it, you're not doing it right. We know. They feel that if I tell you, why she be
experience.
So she's dying inside. She can't talk to this man because this man is doing it wrong. This woman has been taught how it's supposed to be done. What's the importance of preparation? She has been taught the stages. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But this man is doing it what? Wrong.
Definitely.
For like that couple I talked about, for 10 years, this woman has never experienced something.
Oh yeah.
Why? That's the link number 2. Because link number 2 is what? Is communication. Communication is very much paramount. In sex, if you are to be fruitful and successful, you need link number 2, which is what? Communication. Because this book has got 5 links. There is love, which is link number 1, where you need to discover yourself and love yourself. Because other people, they don't love themselves. So how can you love someone if you don't love yourself? Even before we reach to sex and stuff like that.
You can't actually give what you do not have.
Yes. Because if we were just to say manhood, people will just focus on the manhood. But us, we are all inclusive. It's a large thing, it's a general thing. Because before even we get to sex, there's this thing that needs to be done, which means love needs to be there. People who don't love themselves, they can even, they don't care even if they are raping you or you're not satisfied. Because they don't love themselves. They just want to be, you know, as long as it's okay. But link number 1 is love, which emphasizes that we need first to love ourselves before we love someone. When you love yourself, you're going to have that ability now to love someone better. The reason why you have got these people committing suicide is because they don't love themselves. You get what I'm talking about? How do you end up killing people because you have found maybe your wife or your husband, found them with another one, then you shoot them and you kill yourself? Then what do you get? But when you love yourself first, every action is understood why you're doing it. Do you get what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
You understand why you're doing it. People who love themselves first, they respect themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Before I say I love you, I need to know how it feels to love myself. You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
When I love myself fully, then I'll be able to love you. Have you ever asked yourself why the Bible says love your neighbors yourself?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever asked yourself why?
Very important, because it starts with you. Okay, it starts with you.
It starts with you.
If you cannot explain it within you, you cannot explain it outside you.
It's not possible. Even when you go to sex, it will be just selfishness. People are too much selfish. They have never experienced how it is to love themselves. That's self-love. Self-love is important. Not that selfishness of love. No, we're talking about self-love. Where you understand, you love yourself, you forgive yourself. Sometimes we have messed up. Sometimes wanatigwira pa social media kapena tuchita vamene hivyo chitachita vatiko pavaenda pa social media. Hey, life what happens. But now discover the missing link. Okay, how do I do it good? How do I forgive myself? Do you get what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Forgive yourself. Because when you love yourself, you'll be going to forgive yourself. When you know how to forgive yourself, it will become easy for you to forgive your partner.
Definitely.
I know, I can't forgive. Yes. Saying like this, no. You don't know what that woman did to me. You don't know what that man did to me. No. When you love yourself, you understand how it feels to forgive yourself because you know how to forgive, isn't it? So that's where it starts from. So when love is fully built in you, communication, the second link, is well utilized, because when you don't communicate, how are you going to know that my partner has reached or is about to reach? It's communication, isn't it? Now, people who don't communicate, they just hammer. Papa, as it is, it's okay. But in communication, you make sure that now your partner has not yet reached. What do? You wabwezako muliro ni bola osangereza pa osalonga bweshako kulumba bola tule pera ko baba ole pela ipya iwe ni waita shali bola kwa tule ule pela na upika to weka ukugulikae na kuliko guys boy finishani oyo so when there is communication, a woman will tell you or a man will tell you, baby, relax. This is our sex. It's ours.
Actually, if I catch it, immediately you are finishing having sex, at least there should be compliment. You know, there should even be compliment. So, definitely, that is communication. So, if somebody out there has not received this, you might have been in marriage for the last 10 years, and you've never been complimented by your partner to say, no, that was sweet, that was good, that was enjoyable.
Communicate. Find out them.
Yes, there's a problem.
Yeah, because the way sex is designed, when you feel good, you can't pretend.
That's the thing.
You can't pretend.
That's the thing.
The passion is silent. Passion is silent. You know, God is great. He has designed marriage to make sure that we consummate the love. Right. So we were talking about it. Sex game rule number 2. Which you are both on both on the same side. So on the link, let's not confuse this one. On the link has got 5 links. Definitely. The first is what? Is it love? The second one is communication. The third is money, the game changer. The fourth is sex, where we're picking this topic. The fourth link is what? Is sex. Then the fifth link is cultural identity. You understand? You know, when you don't have cultural identity, it becomes difficult for you to identify who you are. Because even the Wazungus, they've got Western culture. That's why we know them to be like that. Now, how do you forsake your own culture? No offense, we are forgetting your own. So cultural identity is important even in relationship. Because once you understand who you are, your cultural background, and what
some would even say, just for me to be aroused, that's why I wine. Now these people are aroused machine. Ask them in those days. You won't ever do I know. If I just take a glass of wine, then my body will begin to respond. My body begins to become prepared for that. So
that person needs to buy the book. Because in the book it is all packaged. All those things are there. We have designed this book to help people. Sometimes you cannot be told these things. Sometimes people are scared to say about these things. But that's why this book is there, designed actually for you. You understand what I'm talking about? When I finished writing this book, the first person I gave was my wife. I said, if it can't work for us first, then it's not a book worth to go outside. So I gave my wife to read. And my wife, I want you to read this book. My wife read this book, read. After my wife finished reading the book, our sexual life improved. Then our communication did what? Improve.
Already.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Some people in marriage, they don't even say that. They don't. You get what I'm talking about? Even in foreplay, it happens when there is communication.
Definitely.
So these links, they are attached to each other. And in these links, there are those subtopics, like you have picked about the manhood. It's just like a tiny thing in sex. Sex is all inclusive because sex is like worship. You know, that's the only thing you can equate sex to is what? Worship. Yeah. So this is game number 2. So number 3.
Number 3 is
sexual coordination is paramount.
Okay.
Coordination. Now we are No, you need to coordinate. Wapera kwa wakati mpora kai, you know, sex is like football. Eh? Football they totewe, weka. Takulira makulonga, takulira maka.
Wapera kwa mubiro. Aisha hapo.
So what no kucha no kuteta mwaitire wangu. Why? Because mlepera. No manga no offending now kulika. Kazumwa may just take less than 3 minutes. If he continues, you're just doing like that. You get what I'm talking about? Sure. But for you to enjoy it fully, you need first ka for break abako, then wapira kona bakashina bina bacha kwa skills yabo, wapira kono. Na ina cha kutuma skills. Para masa mfika bonse, nishimwa fika bonse. Ah, tuwafika tuikire. Tulongani. Yeah. So that's sexual coordination. So coordination is very paramount. Coordinate. Vile bora wasta coordinate pero ku acha kwa wapero acha kuna
bana karwimbo take it to the right to the left
center pamuru
no kwa pamuru
awe yo twakana find the link. So there are many links which are missing in relationships, but we don't talk about them. This book is all inclusive. This topic about manhood is just like a tiny thing. It's not even a tiny thing in this book, but we chose this one to start with because we've seen that a lot of people have been affected in this area. So the size of a manhood does not determine how successful that marriage will be.
Definitely.
You know, I can go on to finish. I think time is all with us, but yeah, it's not time with us. So I'll just leave it on game 6 is number 3, game rule number 3. When we have time, we'll be able to finish.
Probably, maybe if you can touch on 4, I think we've gotten about.
Or maybe let me just peruse on them.
Yeah, you can actually just touch on point number.
So coordination is 3. Then number 4, never entertain selfish sexual acts. What are these?
Okay.
You're very selfish in your sexual action. You just want you to get satisfied. You just want to reach that orgasm yourself. But in this relationship, it's like football. You need to, when you football, you want to score. Once one of them, so if you're both on the same side, on the same team, so you need to score together. Meaning that you don't need to entertain that selfish sex.
Yeah.
Selfish sex is where only you want to get it. It's all about you. Chapo yacho tawukitire chinji wauma yana ndetako fyako yandikwa hapa ya risala arosho mwana kashaka chimuni michandi this man mwelesa mwitate
is always leaving me in problem
dionze manja baka chiro baka nomba akawa nomba bati sora telefone wino lo sawa pom
Catherine
mambala chinja find the link na iwe how nakalia. The last one is sex game rule is you are both strikers. What does it mean? Ejaculation makaramba. Striking. Kuisa umila pamkumu. Mwate bakaramba kapika Ronaldo kapika kapero. Messi na era senda pika apero. Kwaga head down. Chest bakaramba bora yawa para mane mkulonga bonse. Pa, it's a goal. Mwanzo mwapema kwa madam iwe kaya bora tuposhe wabo baene wabo ba lekare na yako mkusondo kai wabo mbaje. You need to clear the system. The system
has to be clean.
What's very important.
Oh yeah.
Take wangasha, you know, ichopo wangasha sex kuma. You need to make sure that both of you enjoy. Discover that missing link. So, you know, this book we'll be launching it on the 4th of March.
4th of March.
Right on Blue.
Yeah.
We'll be launching this.
So
we are inviting you guys.
Definitely.
Yes.
So actually, on the 4th of March, we're going to be having the official launch for this beautiful book. Knowledge is power. So like a lot of people are getting it, and I can see a number of comments coming through on Facebook, and we have a number of messages also flowing in. But due to time, we should be able to read out these messages next week, the same time on this show, just right here on Pan Africa Radio 96.1 FM. Yeah, so the book is going to be launched at Radisson Blue Hotel, that is along Great East Road. Yeah, just opposite Arcade's shopping mall. And it is tagged Discover Your Missing Link. So the gentleman that you've been getting from the microphone on the other end is Mr. Godwin Yirongo, who happens to be the author of this book.
Who's married to a beautiful wife. No sugar.
So of course the event is going to start at 18 hours and it will end at 22 hours. And yes, prices are as follows. Gold is going at 750 per head. mind you, somebody may be wondering out there, why is the price of the ticket so high? This event is the dinner event, and we really want to emphasize it's a dinner event. Away from our usual meals, bakapenta.
And this is an international standard.
Definitely. So it's a
course meal.
Definitely. So it's
a main meal and the dessert. So and drinks not for the one period come out to be there will be DVD. Different types.
Cool and with you.
Fruity.
So there is starter, there is dessert, then there's the main meal.
Starter, main meal, then dessert.
Oh yeah, calculus, not per number two. Anyway, so we've got diamond, which is going at 750 per head. And we've got gold actually, which is going at 750. We've got diamond, which is going at 1,000 per head. Yeah, and so people should be reminded that they should come dressed for the red carpet.
Metro Laundry will be there.
Definitely.
These are sponsors.
These are sponsors.
Pan-African Radio is one of our sponsors.
Of course.
United Voice Radio, one of our sponsors.
Definitely.
We've got
Izen Resort.
Yeah. We've got Arumba Roger.
Yes.
We've got Crown TV. This event will be live on TV.
Definitely.
Will be live on Pan-African. Live on United Radio. We've got Andrew and partners as partners. They have come to partner to make sure that we heal marriages and make sure that they are healthy.
So we've got also the ACN, which is the Author and Career Network, who happens also to be the sponsors, of course, of this.
The one who are publishing this book.
Definitely, who are happening to be one of the sponsors for this event. Not forgetting the Afrigo Promotions. Yeah, so Afrigo Promotions is one of those promotion companies that is promoting talent, music, and many other arts out there. And it's doing mega things in the industry, in the art industry, talking about the global market. Yeah, so we shouldn't also forget that we have got the NG Chicken.
Yes.
Yeah, so these people are also, this company is also part of the sponsors on this beautiful.
By name.
Definitely. Yeah, so for those of you that would want to get in touch for your ticket, like I made mention, you can still be able to check all these sponsors that we have mentioned.
They can call 0977 356525.
Oh yeah.
0977 356525.
You can
and
still
we'll deliver wherever you are.
At a doorstep actually. So away from that number, you can still be able to call on 0976 74 14 43. 0976 74 14 43, or the last one, which is 0979 100 470. 0979 100 470. Mind you, courtesy of Crown TV, Izen Resort, the United Voice Radio, Izen Resort to Alumba Resort, SCL, Pan-African Radio, and of course Afrigo Promotions, not also forgetting Metro Laundry.
What is the hashtag as we leave this?
Discover your missing link. Yeah, so see you on the 4th of March at Radisson Blue. And do be able to find us also on Facebook. That is the missing link.
Bye-bye. See you next week on the same time.
Thank you for tuning in.
Pan-African. Yeah.
When you come with topics of that nature,
sizes doesn't matter. You've heard what the so now, kulema comment to Shibuko made the bio. Shibuko made the bio. Yeah, so thanks so very much for tuning in. I can see a number of comments coming through.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
We're thankful for your time, for supporting us. We pray that they buy more tickets. We love you guys. For any counseling sessions, for any talks in your churches, at corporate events, wherever you are, you can invite us. We can come through and make sure that we deliver the missing link.
Definitely.
We're a team of great people. We just love relationships. We love healthy marriages.
Oh yeah.
So team missing link, we love you guys.
Oh yeah. So that was Mr. Nyilongo Godwin, who happens to be the author of Discover the Missing Link. So do be able to follow us every Thursdays right here on Pan African Radio 96.1 FM at 1800 hours to 1800 hours to 19. And yes, of course, do catch us every Fridays right here on 96.1 FM at from 8 hours to 9 hours. And yes, of course, you can still be able to keep on following us on Facebook for every update. And do remember to invite somebody to follow this page. And yes, of course, do share this with someone else out there. Yeah, thank you to Crown TV Zambia. Thank you to Afrigo Promotions that are doing marvelous things. Yes, of course, we are doing marvelous things out there from Afrigo Promotions Limited. Yeah, you can still be able to follow us on Facebook. That is Afrigo Promotions. And yeah, do get to check what we are offering out there. Andrew and Partners, Metro Only, thank you so very much. Thank you to the United Voice Radio. Thank you to Pan African Radio. Thank you to Tualumba Resorts. And thank you to Izen Resorts. And yes, of course, thank you to you guys that are doing the most out there by following us every day. Thank you. It's a goodbye.